Hello again, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to, I'm going to reprint that photo. We're going to be using the Close to My Heart brushed collection, and I have grabbed pretty much all the big scraps that I can, that I have used and saved, because at the end of the month, I'm hoping to have this collection completely killed. Those are some ribbons that I'm going to pull in, because you do know August, my product focus is ribbon and twine. And they were in my stash, and they match this Close to My Heart collection fabulously. I'm going to go ahead and cut the zip strip off. I think it's a beautiful zip strip, just showing you right there. Now, we'll leave a link in my channel below, or in my description below, if you'd like to pick this collection kit up. I believe it is still available, or any of the other wonderful collection kits. Now I'm going to go ahead and I was trying to trim it, but that's not going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this diagonal right here. I want it to go from the left bottom corner, angled up, but I'm drawing the pencil line on the back of the page. I'm going to try my trimmer again. Still not going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that line off. Now, because I'm drawing it on the back, I'm doing it from the right bottom corner to angle up, just so that when I flip it around, it will be the right angle. I'm going to take my scissors and try to cut a straight line as best I can. It may be a little wonky and off center, but that's okay, because you really can't tell once the layout's done. I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. That's about where I want it. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the zip strip off of this piece of paper as well, saving that zip strip. And I'm thinking about how I want to do this. I do want to make some diagonal starbursts, but I'm thinking that's probably not how I want to do it, so I'm going to go ahead and lay this out a little differently. I do have to think about it for a minute, because I want that piece to go that way. So I'm going to go turn it over so that when I make my line, now I do put it this way first, and then the blue, but then I realize I wanted the yellow to show. However, this does change. So I'm thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it to figure out how to do it. I went ahead and reprinted the photo of my dog Bee wearing my fiance's sunglasses, and then a picture of my two doggies, which I'm going to scrapbook together. So I'm just getting them to be the same. And that is my Creative Memories trimmer. I use that only for photos. So now I'm looking at it, and I'm going to go ahead and get these stuck together. And I just try to even them up. I put a little piece of washi tape on them. That is just so that I can move them as a cohesive unit, and they are stuck together. Then I'm going to go ahead and pull my trimmer back out, my big trimmer, my Fiskars trimmer, and I'm just going to trim the top and bottom just to make sure that where I even them up, that they are, even. So we'll just get that off, and then I'm going to go ahead and flip it around again and just trim it just a little bit more. I am going to go ahead and mat this on that Close to My Heart green paper, the UV treated paper that came in the last catalog. I did have a scrap of that left, and it did match this collection, so I went ahead and used it. I'm going to go ahead and line that up, and then I'm going to trim it out. And put that over on my scrap pile. Now you guys know at the end of the month, when I am done using the collections that I have been working with, and I find it hard to work with one kit for a long time, several days, and I'm done. So the way that I have it set up now is the schedule on my channel. So I'm constantly flipping my little 12 by 12 iris containers around to create new layouts, because I create them in the order that I'm going to post them on my website. So I'm not tired of any of these yet, because I only get to use them once or twice a week. So this is kind of what I'm feeling, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and well, you didn't see it because it took me a minute to figure it out. I went ahead and cut the pink paper first, and then set them like next to each other. So this is going to be my starburst. So I'm going to go ahead and make those line up as best I can, and I will stick some washi just to hold them together so that when I flip it over, it is still lined up the way I like it. And again, as I said, I'm going to fuss with this because I like the yellow. I'm going to go ahead and do this one just the same, and I'm going to show you how I did the other ones. As I stick them together, I just do the pencil line, and they do fit in the trimmer, so I'm able to just trim it right up. Now this piece right here, I don't use this piece because the flip side blends so well with the background cardstock that I chose that you can't even see it, and then I can't use the blue piece either because it's what I used as the big triangle. So I'm going to go ahead and get this in because I'm not really realizing what's on the other side yet. I'm thinking it's something completely different and it's going to look completely fine. So I do go ahead and get this all nicely adhered together with my little washi tape. I even put some extra on there because, well, you know, that's how I am. And then I'm looking at it and I'm like, see how well you almost lose that piece. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't like that at all. So we're going to go ahead and just pull that right back up. I'm going to pull the washi tape off. And I'm like, well, I could just flip it around, right? Because, again, let's just put the washi tape back on. So I'm not really thinking of the patterns. So I get two pieces stacked nicely on there. Grab that third piece. We're going to hold it together. And I flip it over, and I'm like, this is just so not going to work. I'm like, nope. So this piece, and as I start getting it, the washi tape starts to tear, and so I grab this piece right here, which is the green, which is the flip side of the other green. So I'm going to use the yellow because the yellow is facing out, and I'm like, this will work out just fine. And the green and the yellows pull from the center piece that has all the beautiful flowers on it. So I go ahead and grab two pieces of the washi, get it stuck down, flip it over, and I'm like, yes, that looks good. Let's go ahead and get these down here stuck together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up, and we're going to take it like that, but I'm going to put the picture on here, and I'm going to see where the picture goes, and then I'm going to cut this just so it looks like my sunbursts extend the entire length of the page. So we're going to adhere this wonky triangle down, and I'm going to get it stuck. And I don't know why I always rotate the paper. There's no difference in the cardstock paper, but I always do this for some reason, and I am so unsure of why I do, but it's okay. So I do like where those pictures are. I'm going to go ahead and get this centered first, and I kind of move it around and do a little placement and thinking maybe I want to run it over. Like I said, I'm going to move it and see, do I want it up there? Do I want to put it over here? And I'm like, no, I don't like it over there. I kind of like it up here. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this first piece nicely adhered down, but because they're all attached, I can just flip it right over and go ahead and get some adhesive right on this. And I do go ahead and add just a little extra adhesive. Now I'm going to get that all smoothed down. I'm going to bring my ruler in because I'm going to try to, like, you know, I'm going to make it, in my head, I'm going to make it match up, right? But it's not going to match up because, you know, the angle's different. So I'm like, well, that's not going to work. So then I'm putting my picture back, and I'm just trying. So I'm going to go ahead and match it up, and I'm just going to slowly draw it back to where I like it. And we're going to leave it there because I know it's matching up. But the picture, I mean, even if it's off a little bit, the picture still being there will cover up the fact that it's not 100% totally in line with the other piece. I'm going to go ahead and get my adhesive onto my photo block here, and I'm going to pull out my T-square ruler just so I can make sure that this is straight. I do turn it. And we're going to go ahead and get this placed right now. Because I'm right-handed, I need to be able to see if I'm making sure everything is covered. And we're going to get that stuck down just nicely. So I did go ahead and trim all the excess off. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring in these zip strips, grab my little scissors and make a nice little straight cut. And I'm just going to have them peeking out as if they were additional, I guess, borders, blocks of paper behind the picture block I've got going there. I'm also going to grab this cute little one right here. And we're going to put that one at the top, I believe. That is where it's going to go. Again, just another little layer. And there is one more at that. I did believe there was one more, and I'm looking at it. And I say no to that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this little label sticker. Well, I'm sorry, I'm going to grab the Happy Together. That is going to serve as my title. I was going to put it up here, but then it was going to cover up Bee's head, so I do go for down here. I was contemplating popping it up on foam tape, but it's okay. I'm liking the way it's looking. And I'm going to grab, this is where I grab the labels. Oh, nope, I'm going to grab the flowers. These two cute little flowers. And I'm going to, there's the label. I'm going to grab this label, and I'm going to stick that up right there at the top. I was thinking I could put the date or something on this. I ended up covering most of that up. I'm going to grab my foam tape, and I went ahead and put the foam dot right on these flowers. I didn't make you watch me do all that stuff. And I grabbed the leaf from the papers. The leaf will be flat. The flowers are going to be popped up. That one will go right up there. I do still have room to put my date, but it's just basically going to be July 2020. There is not a lot of journaling that I'm going to be doing on this layout because basically it's my two dogs and my other dog wearing sunglasses. It's kind of self-explanatory. Nothing real big going on there. Now I am looking around the page, and I'm going to grab some of these little round flowers. Oh, I'm sorry. I do grab this little green sticker. It says fabulous. I'm going to grab some of the round flowers now, and I'm going to pop them up on some foam tape as well and put one more flower in each cluster. No foam tape. That is a lie. We're just going to get it stuck right underneath there flat. There is not too much more that I'm going to do to this layout because I am really liking it. I do grab my ribbon and I make 3 bows. Don't make you watch me do that because it's a horrendous process of me trying to tie a bow. And I do adhere them down. I'm going to adhere 3 bows. I try to use my liquid glue. It doesn't hold. I used a combination of my ATG and see how horrible it is to try to, I mean, I can tie a tennis shoe, you know what I mean? I can tie my tennis shoes all day long, but to make a pretty bow, oh, Lord, help us all. So I fiddle with this one. The other two took me even longer. And that's it for the layout. Thank you.